Hello, everyone. This is a special live that I'm doing with the founder of Kalah System, Idan Abolnik sir. Okay, soon he will be live. Okay, just a second. Okay, yes. Okay, what happened? I think it should be live now. Just a second.
Hello?
Okay. Good evening.
How are you,
All
my
good, sir.
man? Good to
All
see
good,
you.
sir. By the grace of God and your blessings.
Amen. God bless you and your family, big warrior. I really want to wish you all the best for 2003 and amazing work you do. Really love what
And
you do.
thank you so much for your time. It's really an honor sitting with you like this. And this is my first time. I'm really nervous. I just thought of. I mean, people don't know much about Kala system, and and also people should know more about you, your background. So that is to ask few questions so that people will understand why Kala is the way it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so sir, can you please explain what is Kala system according to you?
Okay. According to me, Kalah system, I say that loud and clear. Wherever I'm going, it's a gift from God. Start in 2003 in South Africa. This is when I felt this is the journey I need to take regards self-defense. And because, and I'm happy, I'm so happy I received this gift because I always felt something missing in my military time, in my security services time in Israel. Always when it comes to self-defense training, what all people know, it's called Krav Maga, always it be something missing. And what people not understand is not only for Idan Abolnik, something missing. If people um, could sit or to talk to any fighter, a combat soldier or commando in Israel, and they could hear what they say about Krav Maga, you will see the majority of the people agree with me. Most of us felt in that time something is missing. Yes, aggression is important, to build your mindset is important. But when it comes to principle of defense, it's always like a big question mark. We look on each other after. This is definitely not going to work in a battlefield. So I'm really, really honored to receive this gift.
But why in South Africa? You were in.
Why in South Africa? Because I'm Israeli. I born in Israel. All my army and my security and everything I done regarding combat and such. It's 1994 up to 2003. Yeah. In 2003, I done a security project in Africa, and I find myself stopped in South Africa. And I tell you the truth, I also, when I stopped to do the other things, I also opened a company called in that time Golani Israeli Special Security. And I also say I will offer Krav Maga because, every Israeli give Krav Maga. So I also got to give Krav Maga. And I remember the first class I give arrive a giant. And a giant. His name is Gidon. Yeah, a monster. And he don't ask me, come teach me choke defense or grab defense. I remember he take his gun, make it safe, and he say, come disarm the gun for me. And he come to challenge. He not coming to play along, and in my heart I say, what I'm doing now, I mean, I know if I try to do this commercial move, move the gun with one hand and try to punch, I know he will pull it, and this way I pray to God, and this is suddenly something click here. Yeah.
The meaning of Kalah in India.
The meaning of Kalah in Hebrew.
Right. That's what you mentioned in one of the items.
Okay. Kalah, it's a beautiful word. It's when a man and a woman get married. The woman called Kalah. Like in one of my videos many years ago, I say, married is commitment in a bad and a good time. And Kalah have a good time, but also have a bad time. But it's important to stick and always stick and move forward. Yeah.
And I wrote down few questions to ask because I want to just touch on few things. From the point of, I mean, many times in India when I'm training, I mean, in the place where I stay, people are like, the training is, I mean, they are in a situation, they are in a kind of road rage situation. They are in the kind of maybe some kind of attack. They come with that intention of training. The moment we start training, the moment they get impact, the moment we start training, they are like, we are not in South Africa, we are in India. They don't want to train hard. So what do you want to tell to them, sir?
Okay. It's a good question, and I want to emphasize about that. When I started Kalah in 2003, people think now we train hard. No, I calm down a lot. The people know me, I call this the old school student and instructor. If you want, you can interview them. I don't want to say what we used to do. If people think this is hard, no. This is hard, but it's not like it used to be. Now, we, as a human being, no matter if it's South Africa or India, Europe, or anywhere in the world, when it's come to self-defense training, and I'm not blaming the society, because majority of society, majority of people, not be in attack, and thank God for that. Okay, but people want to ignore the reality. Number one, two, influence of marketing. What is mean marketing? Is not a secret. Everywhere around the world, if you search self-defense, it will tell the following: easy to learn, you can do it, it's fun, it's easy, it's good for your fitness level, and all these pink points, and nothing, nobody said nothing about reality. When I start Kalah, people say to me, Idan, it's too much, you need to scale down. Okay, I say I scale down, but I not scale down completely for not to be realistically. And you can't learn to defend yourself if you want to leave the impact out from the training. For a man and for a woman. For civilians, for law enforcement. You can't take it out. Now, many people will say, yeah, but why Idan in Kalah, you don't create like a level when the people can arrive to the impact after, let's say, 1 year or 2 years. Same like, do like Krav Maga, do some belts or patches or something. And I say the most important thing, the most basic, the most basic and the most important in self-defense is to deal with impact. And this is need to be in the beginning. Because if you don't deal with impact, and God forbid you're in a situation and you freeze, it's a game
So
over.
we are trying to overcome the freeze. That is what I try to explain. I, I want, yeah,
Correct.
please, sir. You want to say something?
Correct. So, first of all, we want to work for you, for a student, man or female, not to freeze. This is the first thing. What is mean not to freeze? Not to freeze is first of all to understand what situation I'm dealing with. What I'm dealing? I'm dealing only with a grab, or I'm dealing with a grab and his in other hands he have a knife, or he grabbed me and his friend there with the gun, or so many situations. It's a one person or two person, and first of all to analyze. Second, to find opportunity of take the how it's called, to take the the action of defense. If I'm freezing, you know, I give example. How many times I do this simulation around the world when I give training? I take a person, well trained person from other self-defense system, and I say, okay, now I will attack you, okay? And I give him so many opportunity to disarm me, so many with the gun, so many, but because I'm slapping him and I hit him and he's not recognizing the opportunity, you know? And I give him about 5, even 7 times. And I say, why you don't react? He said, no, I don't see the gun, I don't see the opportunity. I said, this is exactly the problem, because you never train with impact.
One question I want to ask: have you ever been attacked in South Africa?
Yeah, unfortunately, I be in a situations, not one in situation. If it's in South Africa, if it's before South Africa, if it's a knife stab, if it's extreme violence, even if it's to do other things what I'm not going to mention on the phone. Yeah, plenty times, unfortunately. Not something to be proud. But I also want to say, I never want to, for people to understand we're Rambos or something like that. We are human beings. That's all. God is God and we are human beings. And I want people to understand, in Kalah, we also train in that high level of resistance, is because I want for people to understand, if you want to take the decision to defend yourself, make sure you go 150%. Otherwise, don't go there.
Okay. So, I want to ask you, there are so many martial arts instructor contacting me throughout India. So there, I mean, recently I had posted one, it was not an instructor course. It was just like I collaborated so many situations like gun defense, knife defense, choke defense, all these things I had mentioned, and I told that it's a 8 weeks course, and a lot of people were asking me whether this is an instructor course, and I said it's not an instructor course. You have to talk to Idan Abolnik sir, and many were like, I will talk to Idan Abolnik sir. We want to know more details about instructor course if sir is doing in India, and how many people are required for that, and what will be the fitness level, what will be the that level, this level, what background one should have, all these things they were asking. So can you please answer regarding this?
Okay, I will give this answer direct. Our instructor course, level 1, and I will say that with a proudness, is one in the martial arts industry and the self-defense industry. No matter what system is the most difficult course. Not I say that, it's people come from Krav Maga. I'm talking about people expert level, black belts, come to do level 1. They say it's they never have something like that. Never, ever. Your fitness level can be, I don't know, the greatest. You can be the most fit and the most, this is not important. Like you know, my brother, you done your instructor course in India with my brother, the big warrior Nahum. You do with other people, I'm not going to comment the name now. Okay? Also, Krav Maga instructor and all this and all that. And you know what is stake. You know what is the mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, you will not pass the course. Not because you pay the money, you will pass the course. Not because your background is, you all respect to your background, God bless you. You will pass the course because you managed to push it these 7 days. So I say, everybody welcome to do level 1. Everyone. I'm not going to judge no one by the cover of the book, okay? But with my humble experience to give Kalah training and instructors now over 20 years, all the people say, no, let me rephrase, 80% of people say, I'm a fit, I'm this background and that background. This is the guys are failing on the second days. The people come with humble, and people come with the right mindset. This is the people passing the course. And so, yeah, you know what? It's a hard course. It's physical, like you know. I don't need to tell you. It's emotional. It's physical. And I can tell you, for the people interesting, every day you will get up from the bed, you will ask yourself if I want to come back today or not, until the end of the course. So yes, so this is why level 1 is the course of Kalah.
So how many levels are there? Can you please enlighten about that also?
Yeah, we have 4 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 2 is more emphasizes on multiple attacks, you know. Level 3, it starts to be more on the tactical side of Kalah, okay? And level 4, it's like more, let's call this more advanced tactical, as a close protection and urban warfare, etc. So, yeah, but we're not forcing no one to do all the level, you know. But again, if people want to come to this course because they really want to learn to defend themselves, the first priority before you want to be.
And one more thing, I have noticed that you are not collecting any yearly membership fees. You're just asking.
No, you see, in Kalah we don't have any yearly membership or any license fee. Yeah, exactly. But look, we have one way. This is the way, and it's the reality. Perfect, we are not perfect. Kalah is not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I just try to parallel to reality. This is what I'm trying to do. You know, when it's come to, especially when it's come to call the hot weapon, I want to parallel to the reality. And that's it. This is what Kalah will stay. It's gift from God, and this is what it will stay. It's no. and I want to also to say to people, you know, in the beginning, people say Kalah is not effective and Kalah is X and Y Z. But ladies and gentlemen, okay, if and all glory to God and all the people, thank to people for see the value of Kalah. I don't know how many law enforcement now around the world put the Kalah system in the program. I'm talking about Israeli commando, Israeli combat unit, I'm talking about just the Israeli police, Israeli security forces, Brazilian forces, South Africa forces. Okay, other two forces I mentioned, I don't want to mention, okay, very well known around the world. Italy, Germany, France, Netherlands, Romania, and the list are, so it's Kalah talk by himself. How many survivors, extreme survivors, students and instructor we have? We use Kalah system by grace of God and because hard training. The problem is, and I say what is the problem? The problem is not the Kalah. The problem is not the people. You need to understand me, my brother. The marketing out there is pathetic when it comes to self-defense. If you see majority of self-defense organizations there teaching knife defense or gun defense or choke defense, everything is easy. Everything is like knife flying away. The guy gets the perfect kick to the groin and everybody happy and everybody are, and this is, when you see that, you say, I also want to do that. Look at this, I can do it. So I understand the people, but the moment people feel this, the reality, boom, it's like, whoa, what is going on? Before I come here, I see this YouTube, this is not how they train. Okay. Because what you see is the cover of the book is very, very nice, very colorful, So yes, and I know it's a hard work for instructors like you and also people around the world to bring people to Kalah. I know it's difficult. I know it's extremely difficult. I know. But again, in the end of the day, we cannot compromise the quality. We cannot ignore the reality. And like I said in South Africa, if one day the world become a better place, violence go to reduce, and everything is okay, then we also go to Dialut Kalah. But until then, we're not.
And I have seen so many people, without your permission, taking the system and using it, because since it is effective, people are using it without even taking your permission. Even that happens many times since it is effective now.
Yes, this is unbelievable. This is happened the last year and a half, more or less, year and a half. People using the Kalah principle, like, the most funny is even the people 4 years ago used to laugh at me. Now they, it's just, it's in one hand it's so ridiculous. In one hand it's like, okay, it's achievement, And I also want to say another thing, very important. The self-defense organization, and I'm not going to shy to say, especially the Krav Maga organizations around the world. Just a second, my brother. Idan, hello? הכל בסדר, אני פה בשיחה חשובה, הכל בסדר? טוב, אז יאללה, נדבר, נשיקות. אני פה באינסטגרם, אני בשיחה בחי, ביי, שהשם יברך. So,
I'm really sorry that you had an important call.
No. It's okay. I released today from hospital, so my mom called me every day because I've been in hospital and I released today from hospital, but all okay. So I want to say something very, very important. Today, the majority of self-defense organizations, specifically Krav Maga organization, compete with each other, who have more students, who have more students, who who have more students in the classes, who have more students in their seminars, and I also be in that boat. When I start, I remember my brother, how many people go to be in the class? No, I want 20, I want 30. And I arrive, and it's 30, and it's 40. And then I remember I do seminar in Italy, in Rome, it's 100 people, and 80 people, and 70. But the more I done that, I finish the seminar on the class, and I feel something missing. And I realize very quickly, I know what is missing. The quality. Because today, this organization is like everybody want to be a better Michael Jackson. You know, everybody want to be like a pop star. I want 100 students in my seminar. I want 200. It's not important. It's not because if you have a class of 50 people in a class, it means you have a good system. You are a good businessman, good for you. You have a good marketing plan, good for you. But I tell you a secret, if you have 50 people in your class, your system is bullshit. It's bullshit because it's impossible 50 people can deal with reality self-defense. It's impossible. And this is why I think Kalah is difficult for instructors like you, like others, to make a living or to make, because that's it. This is the quality, the quantity. Because I can tell you, my brother, I'm not wishing to no one to be under attack. Not the student, not you, no I. But the moment you get a phone call, and I don't get them once. My wife can tell you. And the wife of the instructor called and said, all glory to God, Chris B. attack is in hospital. He fight with two people, one with the gun, with the knife, and you arrive. And you say thank to God, and you see how Kalah is effective. And you say this woman be fighting against somebody want to rape her. And this man fight against somebody want to cut him with machete. This is worth more from €1 million. And that's it. So this is what, at least in Kalah, we want to keep.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate.
And I just want to say another things about you, my man. Please allow me. For the people, I don't know how many, not much. Maybe next time we go to do live on my Instagram, then we get more volume. But it's okay. But the people hear us. These instructors now here, like I say that very clear and honest. He got through a lot to go to able to do Kalah. First of all, to do the Kalah instructor course. He go through a lot. The story is long, okay? But the course he passed. He done the course with Nachum Belver, the big warrior, our brother in Am. He passed the course, okay, with people falling one at a time, for people not supporting him, and he go against the river all the time. Go check his YouTube channel. Go check the Facebook, Kalah India Facebook. Go see how they train. I want to tell you, if you see something cool, and I do this experiment time to time in my Facebook page, and sometimes I'm sitting and laughing on how people like that video from that video. And the more I put like these cool videos, specifically of fast shooting, everybody amazing, and this, and I'm laughing like, look what people like in movies. Go watch his movie, this man. See how hard they work, how realistic they train. If you see The student is struggling, men and female. You see the failing. You see failure in the training when they train. And they do it time after time. That's what you want. That's what you want. Because in the end of the day, self-defense is a chance. It's a chance of surviving. It's not guarantee of surviving. It's only a chance. And this is why, if you're in India, yes, no matter what system or whatever you are, where you come, the door, I'm sure, will be open for you. Yes, come check it, come see, and I promise you, if you like it or not, I don't know, but you will get out from the door and you will say one thing. That is reality.
One thing, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It means a lot. And one thing, say from my side, you have always helped me. You and Naum sir has always helped me. It means a lot. And definitely Kalah system through you. I mean, you tell that it's a gift of God, but we learned it from you, from Naum sir. And I was what do you call, a little egoistic during my other system days. I used to boast myself. I used to tell, okay, it's very easy. Why do you struggle? If somebody is struggling, I used to say the opposite. But one day, what we did, we put the whole knife defense under test. I sent you that video long back. And when we started testing, everything just fell apart. And then we did the course, and then we realized in the course. And after that, Kalah system made me very humble. And I struggle with students. Sometimes I get injured. I struggle with my students, and I tell them the truth, because even if I'm working, if someone is resisting, I'm struggling. I tell them the truth that it won't be easy. It won't be easy every time. So that is what I want to say to you from the bottom of my heart, from behalf of my students. That Kalah system has really changed our point of view about self-defense.
It's my honor, my brother, and big hug for you and your student. And the last things I want to say, if somebody next time tell you, I want, why it's so hard, everybody look up to MMA, and it's good. So I always give this question: how MMA, two fighters going inside the ring with rules, with boundaries, and if you see how they finish, you have one winner, of course. But you see the majority of the fight, you see two people injured, blue eyes, cut of bleed, in controlled environment. So how you want in uncontrolled environment, in a situation when it's not only hand to hand, it's not only a punch or a kick or groundwork, it can be a knife, a gun, 2-3 people on you, baseball bat, and you don't want to sacrifice little bit from your flesh, little bit from your bruise, and you don't want hard and you don't want pain. Like the last video I see of the ladies there, or on your YouTube. You see a woman try the best, get emotional, because she gets the choke, I can see, and he resists. But I see a fighter, because she could on the spot, she could to say enough. No, enough. That's it. But she said to him, come again and again and again. What she do for her, only good. Because I know, by grace of God, if she will be in a situation, first of all, God be with her, and second, she definitely not go to freeze. Not go to freeze. How many times I take people well trained in other system and I choke them. What they do? What's the first things they do when they choke? The first things? And ask, why you tap so quickly? Why you not? And this is exactly why we need to train in that way. Because in reality, we wish we could tap. We wish we could tap, really. If in reality, tap will work, if somebody put a gun to my head and want to shoot me, and before he press the trigger, I tap and he don't shoot, or somebody want to stab me and I tap and he don't stab me anymore, wow, it'd be an amazing world. But it's not like that.
Thank you so much, sir, on this Sunday that you took time. It's really an honor, and I really pray for your good health, good well-being, prosperity.
Thank you so much.
I wish you a good luck. Uh, Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot. It means a lot, sir. It means a lot. Thank you so much once again.
It's my honor. God bless you, big warrior.
Thank you
Big
so much.
hug
I'll
from
meet
South
you one
Africa.
day soon. I'm just renewing my passport. So if I happen to, then surely I will give you a call and I'll come there. I'll come to South Africa to train. Yes.
Remember, what we agree many years is standing forever.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Bye bye. Good night.
Pleasure. Bye. God bless you. Good night.